So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to all my wonderful subscribers, and if you are new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe. I thank you all and I appreciate every one of you who has subscribed to my channel, and I also want to use this opportunity and say thank you. I'm really grateful for having you guys on board, having your support, and your comment warms me up, so thank you. Video guys, I am going to be talking about my graduation. I know that I promised some form of vlog for that graduation, but guys, I couldn't vlog. I couldn't. I was ready to vlog. I said yes, I'll get a few clips here and there when I go in, vlog the place, but I was living in the moment. I think it finally hit me. That day was like, wow, it finally hit me. I know, like, we finished our exam since May, since ending of May we finished our exam, and we know that we are finished, but that day was a symbol of yes, we are finished. Like, I can't explain the feeling I was having that day. It just, my feeling that day was all over the place kind of feeling. But that day, like, it was just, yes, it's not like there was anything special going on, but I was just sitting and absorbing the moment and just saying, wow, I made it here. Wow, I made it to this point. I am at the end of the finish line of this section of my life. But like, the feeling I have that day, I can't explain it sitting down here. I can't just pinpoint it, but if I can give you guys a little bit of my journey story. I went back to school 2014 after I have had two of my kids. I think at that time Kiran was what? I had Kiran 2009, 11, 12, 13, 14. Kiran was 4 years. And Maeve, I had Maeve 2011, so Maeve will be 12, 13, 14. Maeve will be going to 3 years because I went back to school 2014 September. Maeve will be 3 years, the December of that 2014. So my kids were very small. When I started having kids here, I did my living certificate here, and at the end of my living certificate, that was when I got pregnant. I was writing the exam of that living certificate and I was pregnant. Living certificate is like doing your WAEC and your JAMB in Nigeria, but here you have that one exam, living certificate. So when I was writing that exam, I was pregnant, right? I finished my living certificate 2009, and I had Kiran January 2010. But before I had Kiran, I have started off college, because you finish your certificate during the summer time, whatever, and then come September you already enroll in starting your your course in college or uni. So I started my course in college with computer science, but then I had Kiran. Then it was a bit too much to handle. I had Kiran January of 2010, and everything became too much for me to bear. So I dropped everything. Like, I couldn't, at that point where I am at that point in my life, I couldn't handle it. So I just dropped everything, and then I had Maeve 2011. So after sitting at home for a couple of years with my kids, I decided, you know what, I need to go back to school. I need to go. And then while I was at home, I discovered that I like writing. I love writing. I like, I like telling stories. I have, short clip of here and there. I have wrote stories up and down, and I started thinking, I don't really like computer science because I just did it for the fact that, you know, you want to please your parents, something that they will see as something. But I'm more of a media telling story kind of person. So I started researching course based on media, you know, documentary, film, anything that has to do with media. So I found one beside my area. There was a college beside my area that was doing film and documentary production, telling story in that kind of way. So I was like, yeah, and then writing as well, script writing. And I was like, yeah, I like that. I like writing script. I like writing short stories. I like telling stories anyway. So I enrolled myself in that. So I started from that college. That college was beside my house. At that point, I don't want to go to big university. I want to start from small college and then eventually, you know, finish off in big university. So I started down at the college beside my house. I put my kids. My son started that September as well. My son started junior infants, because here you have to be 4 years or 4 years and a half to start, you know, go to primary school to start junior infants. So he started going to primary school, which he started junior infants. And then we put Maeve in a creche beside my house, so she was there all day in creche, and Kieran was in junior infants. And then I pick him up because the college is beside my house. Then I pick him up when he finished and then leave him in the creche where Maeve is. And then when I finish up in the evening, then I pick both of them and then we go home. So that is how I started this going to school journey. In my mind, I knew that I wanted to go to school. I knew that I wanted to graduate. I knew that I wanted to do something at some point, not only having kids. I love kids, I love being a mom, but I want to eventually, you know, fulfill some goals that I have in life. So finishing that college, 1 year down the line in that college, I became pregnant again for my third child. I'm like, what is going on with me? Do I get pregnant whenever I'm in school? What is this? You know, why am I pregnant again? I just became so angry with myself because I didn't plan at that point. I know I wanted to have kids at some point, but not at that point where I'm trying to chase my goal. So I told myself, I said, listen, I'm not gonna stop this journey like the last time that I stopped to look after my kids. So I went to the creche and I said, listen, I'm pregnant. Is there anything you can do for me? Like, at what point do you guys take kids? Do you take babies? And she said they only take babies from 6 months. I check all the area around my area and they only take babies from 6 months. So I'm like, okay, then what do I do with this baby when it comes? I have to go back to school. I have to finish this. And I kept going to school. Like, I was heavily pregnant. I was sick some point, morning sickness, whatever. I pick myself up every morning. I go to school. My teachers, they were so proud of me because I did not miss one thing. And at that time, I was also doing part-time job. So I'm between school and my part-time job. Between school and my part-time, it was just a hectic moment in my life. But I promised myself that I'm not gonna stop. You know, I want to get to this point. I want to graduate. I want to, you know, secure a certificate. I wanted it so bad. I think what drives us to do something is how bad you want the thing. If I didn't want it that bad, I would have even quit, you know, because it was tough. So for the drive that I have, I wanted this so bad. And I was enjoying the course that I was doing. I finally found that thing. Like, I was like, yeah, this is suitable. This is what I want to do. Like, I love everything about media. I love everything about telling stories, documentaries. So I was in that zone. Like, it finally clicked. This is it. Like, you know, this is it. And so I kept going to school, pregnant, kept going to school. The day I had my son, I had my child, I had my baby on Saturday. I went to school on Friday. Came home. The day I was in labor, I was sitting down making my daughter's hair, and I went to labor. I had my baby. I had the discussion with their dad, and I said, listen, I am not quitting this time, so don't expect me to. I am not stopping at this point. I don't want to stop this. This is a journey that I want to see myself finish. And I said, no matter what happened, we need to figure out how to work our schedule. So when I had the baby, came back home, and it was midterm break, and we took 1 week midterm break. And after that, I went back to school. He took off after that midterm break, and then he was staying with the baby. And after his off was over, we started juggling a schedule whereby he minds the baby whenever he's off. And we also got there was one of my neighbor at the time. She lives up me, and she was a South African. Like, she was so good to me, and I went to her and I said, listen, I know that I'm asking you for a big favor, but please, can you help me out? I'll pay you. You mind the kids for me, and just until he's 6 months. And I explained my situation to her, and she's like, you know what, I will do that for you, Justina. And she's our close friend, so it's not like I'm leaving my baby with anybody that I don't know. She's our close friend. She come down to me in my house, I go up to her, but she's no longer in my area. She has moved anyway, so she was helping us as well. So I go to school if I can, sometimes 3 days in a week, and then I stay behind, and then I do my all my school work at home. I talk to my lecturer, and they understand my situation. The important thing they told me is to meet all my deadline. Make sure I meet all my deadline. So I try as possible as I can to meet all my deadline. So I finished in that small college 2016, and then I went off to the bigger university to finish off for my honors degree. So I did 2 years over there, and then I went off to the university thinking that I'll start from their third year, and they asked me to start from their second year, which was, oh my God, why? But I said, you know what, whatever. I started from the second year after I have done 2 years in the small college. And yeah, and happily enough, my son became 6 months. He went to a creche, they call it creche here. He went to creche from 6 months, and that was it. So I dropped them off. I dropped him to creche, I dropped the others to primary school, and I went off to uni. It would be fair for me to say that the journey that I have taken so far wasn't easy, but I kept pushing. It was hard, and sometimes I come back very late in the evening. There was one vlog I did long time ago about my schedule between, dropping my kids to school, going to my own school, and by the time I come back in the evening, picking them up, coming home, doing that. It was my schedule at the time was busy because I'm doing school, I'm doing part-time job, and it was just colliding. I have no life. I have no other life. I can't go out. I can't meet friends. All my time was consumed around school, work, and kids. But so that night, everything hit me, and I realized how far I have come and how determined I was to finish up, and how determined I was. Even I could have stopped in degree, but I pushed myself for another 1 year to do the honors degree. And I cried a few times in the hall. Like, it's not like but like tears just roll down my cheek. That tells me that there's nothing stopping me from achieving anything that I put my mind to achieve. It doesn't matter the obstacle in front of me. With God, with my strength, I will get to whatever I want to achieve in life. And I am so grateful that I achieved my honors degree certificate, and it's just fantastic that I did it with 3 kids, pushed myself to the end, and got to the point that I want to see myself in. So at this point in my life, I'm in that kind of limbo now, whereby I'm thinking, okay, what is next? What is the future holding for me? Where is this next opportunity is gonna come? When is this door gonna open for me? Where am I gonna find my dream job? I'm in that space now where everything is now coming together in my mind. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, am I ever gonna find my dream job? Should I go off and go do my master's for another year? I'm gonna hold on the master's now, because I feel like I need a breathing space from school, and then maybe come back 2 years, 3 years later to do masters. So I'm not in a rush to do masters. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm so thankful to God. I'm so thankful to myself. I'm so thankful to my family, my kids, for understanding that I have to study. They ask me all the time, Ma, why do you have to go? And I have to sit down and explain. I said, listen, I want to achieve something for myself. I'm your mother, but I want to be my own person. I want to achieve something for my own self. And I thank all my family that has supported me so far, that has helped minding the kids one way or the other. And I am so grateful to every one of you that have stood by me through this journey. It wasn't an easy journey with 3 kids, but yeah, I'm here and I made it to the end of the line. I am so happy. I'm so sorry that I couldn't vlog, but guys, I just needed to, live in that moment. I just needed to enjoy every bit of that moment. It's not every day you graduate from your honors degree. So yeah, anywho, I'll leave like a picture of me here and there with my gown and all that. And yeah, this is all I have to say for this video, guys. I am so happy, I am so thankful about everything that has happened in my life, where I have come from and where I am today. Like God handwork in my life, like, it's something that I see every day in my life, how he has been so good, how he has shown his mercy, his blessing upon me and my kids and my family. It just is unbelievable. So guys, this is where I'm gonna end this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you guys for supporting what I do here on YouTube. Thank you so much for supporting me, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more video. And for those of you who keep telling me, put my kids on YouTube, if you want to see more of my kids, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram address here. Follow me. My kids, they do all sorts of silly stuff on my Instagram stories. So follow me there if you want to see more of my my kids. And thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye. Mwah.